Miles Davis. I put my own in there. It's Tupac. So that's the IBM processor, embedded Linux, and our embedded WebSphere. That is the same technology that's in the service gateway that runs this place. That's the same technology we put in the heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems. It's the processor, Linux, and WebSphere, all in that little pack. We actually had an airplane in here that flew with GPS coordinates, exact same configuration. This is IBM IPTV. So this is the box I'm using. Here's another one. This is from a company called Amino. This is less than $99 US. So it's made to be inexpensive, easily inserted into the home. It's Ethernet. Behind this, on the other end of the building, IBM servers pushing all the content, and this is all IBM WebSphere. There's no mystery here. It's, people are like, oh, internet, television. How many of us have watched a QuickTime video while on the internet? All of us. What's the difference? Nothing. It's just that some of it is MPEG, I decompress it, and this, it's HTML. There's no mystery. This is 4.1 megabit per second for standard television, NTSC. What's your average bandwidth in Korea now? You guys have better bandwidth than us, I know it.
100 megabit maybe? No.
Ah, that's too good, that's too good. So in this case, the big difference here is when we start saying, if I want to go out to the internet, and by the way, feel free, if you want to translate in the middle here, that's just fine. Okay? This is some Web 2.0 technology. Because I'm on the web, I have a web page here, just as a simple example. It's called Meebo. There are web pages now where I can, for example, I have a translator. As I type, in real time, I get French, Italian, German, Spanish. I have no dictionary on my computer. Now today, I hit submit, synchronous response. Now with AJAX, asynchronous Java, and XML, as I type, real-time translation. I have a word processor. As I type, the misspelled words are underlined. I can do bold, italic, underscore, make it a PDF file. I have no word processor, it's just a web page. These are real today. By the way, the company that makes the best one, Google, just bought them. So now I can do Google Calendar, put in a calendar entry, and it sends me a message, SMS. You can do that right now. Google Mail, 20 gig of space. Word processor, save it in that space. You can do spreadsheet. My daughter, she wants to go to school and do instant messenger, but the school said, oh, you can't install software on the school computer. You don't need to. You go to this site, you can log on to Yahoo, MSN, AIM, ICQ, Jabber, and Gtalk all at the same time. I get my buddy lists, drag and drop shadows, rounded corners. I didn't install software. I can't. There's not even memory. It's just a web page. So now, why does my mother need a computer? Why does my mother have to do automatic updates? Why does my mother have to do virus scans when all she does is word processor, browse the web, and maybe chat? She doesn't need a computer. IT people should take care of that. She should just use it. And now that it becomes television and the internet become the same thing, which is what's happening here, now I have the ability to, a new example. Let's say I got a message that said, hey, your blood glucose is high. Go to your hospital healthcare portal. And when I go out to my healthcare portal, it says, we know that you're a diabetic that was just diagnosed. This is the first time you've had a spike. We want you to take a tutorial. Not go to the doctor's office and wait, and then have a nurse that's a poor communicator. Now, I create interactive content, whole new model. Because, as I mentioned, with the television and the This morning, I had ESPN here. Disney owns ESPN, 80% of them. What I said to them is, football, American football. People play fantasy football. So I pick the players, and then I bet, are my players better? Well, now I can play fantasy football right next to real football. For ESPN, it's big dollars. My daughter plays World of Warcraft, a game on the internet. There are 28 million users that pay $14 a month. That's great revenue. And I tell her, wow, you can play that over here and chat and watch video and do voice over IP. And she said, I already do that every night. She does. She does a thing called TeamSpeak, voice over IP, with all of the people that she plays the game with, watches videos on YouTube, chats. It's no surprise to her. But now, television usage is decreasing, internet usage is increasing, and this we all know. It's no longer just the TV industry. So now, the quality of content that games provide and television merge together. Wow. And this is powerful enough for me, but what about my whole family? I have 11 computers, right? My son, my daughter, my wife. Then you put in this. That's the Xbox chip. We invented right here in Austin. You want better? You get the PlayStation 3. That's got 8 processors and a hypervisor. So when you put your game console up there, Xbox is powerful. It can be my digital video recorder, wireless transmission, PlayStation as well. So it becomes my console for the house. Later, it won't be called a game console. It'll just be called a console. We'll come up with some new name. I'm trying to invent a new name. I don't know what yet. But William Gibson lives here in Austin. He created the term cyberspace. And recently he was interviewed, Wired Magazine. They said, what would you call it today? And he said, life. My daughter doesn't know the difference. I mean, she's 15 and she is our customer now. And she just expects this. So brand new business models, and we push it with our servers. We already know